Hello students, today I will be talking about again the treatment of carcinoma breast. I have discussed about the surgical treatment of carcinoma breast, in which I discussed about the simple mastectomy, radical mastectomy, or that is also known as Halsted operation, and modified radical mastectomy. Modified radical is practiced nowadays, that is also known as Patty operation, which is conservative and less debilitating to the patient as compared to radical mastectomy. The outcome of both the radical mastectomy and modified radical mastectomy have been found to be the same so far as long-term 10 to 15 years survival is concerned. While going for surgery, we look for sentinel nodes. Sentinel node in the axilla is the first node to get involved in breast tumors. First node to get involved is the sentinel nodes. That node is located by injecting the patent blue in the subareolar plexus subcutaneously or in the tumor facing the axilla itself. It can also be located by injecting the radioactive albumin and locating the sentinel nodes by handheld gamma camera. Then after the location of sentinel nodes and going for surgery, today I will discuss about the radiotherapy to the breast tissue or to the chest wall after surgery. In all cases of conservative surgery of the breast, like mastectomy or even modified radical mastectomy, radiotherapy is given to the breast area of the chest wall. Radiotherapy is especially indicated where conservative surgery is done. It improves long-term survival and also improves the local recurrence of the breast tumor. Local recurrence is certain after conservative surgery if the radiotherapy is not given to the chest wall post-operatively. Nowadays, intraoperative radiotherapy is being tried so that post-operative long-term radiotherapy is avoided. Next is post-operative accelerated radiotherapy is also under consideration, which will save the time of the patient as well as activities in the radiotherapy department. In addition to radiotherapy, which is certainly beneficial to the breast post-operatively, where multiple nodes are present in the axilla, the tumor is large as compared to the size of the breast, and mitotic figures are more in histology. In addition to radiotherapy, other systemic therapy are the chemotherapy and the hormone therapy. Hormone therapy is especially used where the tumor on examination is found to be estrogen or progesterone receptor positive or ERPR positive. In premenopausal women with hormone receptor positive, we give to the patient tamoxifen 20 milligram daily for 5 years. Previously, tamoxifen was administered for 2 years only, but it has been observed that 5 years administration of tamoxifen orally 20 milligram is more beneficial than 2 years therapy. In postmenopausal women, aromatase inhibitors, these are also the part of hormonal treatment. Anastrozole and letrozole. Anastrozole and letrozole, these are the two inhibitors, aromatase inhibitors, which is given to the postmenopausal hormone receptor positive women. So, hormone therapy, tamoxifen 20 milligram daily reduces the annual recurrence rate by 30% and it reduces annual death by 17%. So, hormone therapy is very beneficial. In addition to tamoxifen, LHRH agonists, they are given in women. It produces reversible ovarian suppression. So, use of LHRH agonist acts in the same way as acts the radio ablation to the ovary or surgical removal of both ovaries in the treatment of carcinoma breast. So, after the hormone therapy, which is beneficial for receptor positive women only, we come to chemotherapy. Chemotherapy is traditional chemotherapy, includes for carcinoma breast CMF regimen. CMF regimen includes cyclophosphamide, methotrexate and 5-fluorouracil. These are the combination of 3 drugs which is used at 6 monthly cycles is given to the patient. By chemotherapy, by this cycle, there is 25% reduction of relapse for survival over a period of 10 to 15 years. So, 25% reduction in relapse, it means it improves survival. So, other chemotherapeutic agents are anthracycline, which includes doxorubicin and epirubicin. These newer drugs, newer chemotherapeutic agents, they are more effective as compared to the traditional agents like CMF regimen, cyclophosphamide, methotrexate and 5-fluorouracil. Now, I have told you about both the hormone therapy and chemotherapy. Now, the question arises, in high risk cases, both the hormone therapy and chemotherapy can be given in the same patient or not. Hormone therapy is started after completing the cycle of the chemotherapy. So, after completion of chemotherapy, you start the hormone therapy. Premenopausal women, tamoxifen, and postmenopausal women, aromatase inhibitors like anastrozole and letrozole. One drug in cases where the growth factor is positive, in cases of tumors, Herceptin can be used. This is newer drug and this is under consideration. Now, after treating the patient, follow-up of the breast cancer patients is essential, and this follow-up is done initially 1 year interval yearly for the first 2 or 3 years, then 2 yearly, and mammography is done to the other breast or to the treated breast if conservative surgery has been done. Now coming to ill effects of carcinoma breast over the chest wall and over the arm or upper limb. In the breast itself, the skin of the breast becomes like the skin of orange peel. This is due to edema of the skin due to lymphatic obstruction. So skin becomes edematous, but where the hair follicles are present, that does not get edematous. So skin of the breast becomes like a skin of orange, that is known as PUD orange. Sometimes this is present in cases of chronic abscess also. The next complication is late edema of the arm. The arm edema or edema of the upper limb will be due to lymphatic obstruction draining through the axilla. So sometimes due to radical dissection of the axilla or dissection of the axillary nodes or infiltration of the axilla by the tumor itself, which is very painful, neoplastic infiltration of the axilla. In that case, there is edema of the upper limb and it is painful. Treatment of edema of the upper limb is you elevate the limb on the pillows and you sometimes do pneumatic compressions, and elastic stockings to the upper limb can be used to reduce the edema of the arm. Then cancer en cuirasse. This is like infiltration of the chest wall due to tumor itself, local recurrence. Sometimes it occurs in the area of the radiotherapy given in the past, and that is very resistant. So cancer en cuirasse. This is infiltration of the skin of the chest wall like coat. The treatment is chemotherapy or hormone therapy. Then coming to sometimes due to lymphatic edema of the upper limb, the lymphangiosarcoma develops, and it is confused with the infiltration of breast tumors. But in the lymphangiosarcoma, there is subcutaneous nodules in the arm. The treatment is chemotherapy. It gets benefited sometimes. The amputation of the upper limb is extremely rare. So after these, looking after these complications of the carcinoma breast, coming to breast prosthesis. After surgery for the breast, if the person is young or even if the old persons, they are sometimes psychologically depressed or suffering. So nowadays, breast reconstruction is being considered. For breast reconstruction, silicone gel implant has been considered since long, and a space is created under the pectoralis major muscle. In the beginning, elastic normal saline filled balls, they are placed after stretching the pectoralis major muscle. Later on, silicone gel implant is inserted. So that is one thing. But nowadays, with the advent of plastic surgery, the latissimus dorsi flap is used to reconstruct the breast. In addition to latissimus dorsi flap, the better option is transversus abdominis muscle flap. sometimes transversus abdominis muscle flap is used with less of the muscles and with the deep inferior epigastric vessels as the vascular pedicule. So that flap is better as compared to latissimus dorsi flap. So for reconstruction, three things is to be remembered: silicon gel implant, then latissimus dorsi flap, then transversus abdominis muscle flap. Nipple construction is easy and can be done with the skin itself, and tattooing of the nipple is also done. Sometimes prosthetic nipple is also applied. So this is about reconstruction of the breast. Now coming to carcinoma of the male breast. So far as the carcinoma breast is concerned, only 0.5% of all carcinomas of the breast the males suffer. The treatment of male breast carcinoma is same as stage to stage, same therapy as that of female breast carcinoma. One thing is very important, that carcinoma of the male breast prognosis is poor as compared to female breast, because late information, late treatment and early infiltration of the surrounding tissues in cases of carcinoma male breast. So today I am finishing the breast, and I think this is my last class. Thank you.